And I think one thing I've come to realize too is that I think it's important to have someone on your team who does the protocols and the physical work, but then also, like I was saying, have someone that can address like traumas you've had, or even chronic illness itself is a trauma. I
Yeah,
consider it one because you know
I do
you
too.
are you have to work through that, and I feel like nobody's there saying like, "Hey, if you've been chronically ill, try this, try that, try EFT, try EMDR, try internal family systems, like work through some of this stuff, to be able to process you even being chronically ill because
Yeah.
it is traumatic. There's big traumas, there's little traumas, there's all kinds of things. So for me to understand there's internal work that I can do, and it's not gonna heal me by itself, like you said, it's everything together that you're putting together, protocols, lifestyle, diet, all of this together is what you need, but I feel like there's sort of a missing component of how do we get in the right mindset when we want to heal? Like, what do we need to do? Because for me, when I was sick, I'm such an achiever that I didn't have the energy to cook for my new husband. I was newly married at the time, and I couldn't take care of the house, and I just didn't have it in me. And so things like that, I felt like I was a failure because I had grown up to know whatever I produce is what gives me value. So I had to shift my whole belief system about myself into this, like, I'm valuable for who I am and, like, my heart and who I am as a human and my kindness and my empathy instead of what I can produce. So there's, like, all these things that have to shift and happen if you're someone who's struggling with chronic illness. But I do think that, I mean, learning from you and your podcast is amazing. So people like you who are kinda getting the word out there about, like, what's helping heal and giving people tips and things like that it's really important. So I love that I'm here, and I'm very grateful to be here chatting with you.
Well, I'm very grateful to have you here, Allie. This is amazing. And yeah, I mean, I can't tell you how many people I bump into now, because of my book, and they'll be like, "Oh my god, I have an autoimmune condition," or "I know 5 people that have an autoimmune condition." I mean, we could probably go on a whole down a whole rabbit trail about autoimmune and what's causing it, and from the environment, the trauma to everything. But I think the important thing is, and the reason why I'm even doing this, is to let people know that there is a solution. You do not have to keep suffering. You just have to be willing to kind of make that leap and invest the amount of time it may take to find the right solution for you as you work with a good practitioner who's trained in whatever your problem is. I do think that's very important. Like in my case, I saw a thyroid specialist because Hashimoto's is the autoimmune form of hypothyroidism. So I wanted to see somebody who really understood the thyroid and the interaction with the other hormones. And in your case, it's Lyme disease. But just knowing that there are solutions out there and you can find someone, find the right person, work with them, and be willing to, like I said, follow the protocol, change things as needed until you get to the other side of it. And so, yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm so glad you're here because I just want people to know that you can heal. It is possible.